Last time we did this shit, audio was janky as fuck.
Yep. Then we're gonna make it the best five for the first 10 minutes. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Bear Thoughts Podcast. Hopefully we're gonna be have audio this time. You say something real quick.
Hey, ¿qué pasó, amigo?
Let's give a test.
Yeah, we're good.
Hey, if I'm lagging or glitching out at any point, sorry. I do not know. OBS has been giving me all kinds of hell this past week, and I have not been able to figure out what is on with it. So, excuse me if I am here and then not, and here then. But yes, this is the Bear Thoughts Podcast. We do this every Friday at 5 o'clock Central Time. For those who are new to the channel, for those who have just subscribed to my Barely There mangas, I deeply appreciate it. We're almost at 1,000. Let's keep that number going, and let's get to 1,000 subscribers before the New Year's. Can you imagine if I just like blew up overnight? It's like, hey, we're only at like close to 400,000. That would just be.
We be sitting here bullshitting one afternoon and we go to bed and then I get this random fucking panic text. Dude, you've got to go look at the fucking channel. Go look right now. What the fuck is wrong with him? Holy shit.
I would call you. Okay. No lie, I would call you.
Like, yeah, bitch, you gonna call me straight up. That's a wake the fuck up, bitch.
Like, shit is happening. But yeah, thank you for joining us today. Huge support for those who do not understand. I showed Corvo the analytics, showed him the numbers. I tell you this out of the sincerity of my heart. Leaving a like and a comment in the video, biggest way of helping my channel grow. You have no idea. I show Corvo. It's groundbreaking. It alters the whole algorithm of YouTube going, people might want to see this. And they do. Next one coming up, your little foreboding. These are two next. I hope you're looking forward to that if you're new to the channel. But all right, as always, we have the illustrious Corvo Ninja. It's always on this side. My camera's turned in the opposite direction. And we would have a disembodied Stealthy, but I believe she's out getting stuff as per usual. She's
napping right now because she's making sure she is energized for either D&D or Paladins, depending on what happens.
Yeah, okay. I'm so used to her, like, every time we go live, she's like, just having, like, just, like, be out in town doing something, and it's like, okay, here comes the train. Later, you know, halfway through the video, it's like, oh, there they go again. I'm thinking she was doing it again, but okay. You know, assumptions will make an ass of you out of me. So right now we are streaming on mostly every single type of platform. I've got myself on mostly any platform I can get, but like I said, the other day I streamed, didn't have a problems, but the days, like, it's like each day I start my computer or I do something, there's a new problem going on with OBS. It's like each day it's a new, fascinating, weird turn of events. I actually tried to report it the other day about the OBS problems, but they're like, oh yeah, send us a bug error report. I'm like, but if the OBS doesn't give me one, how am I supposed to give you one? Like, if it crashes and I don't get a report, how am I supposed to send it to you? If it freaks out like this, how am I supposed to send it to you? You guys have to take my word. I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's no coding I can send to you to, like, how can you report that? Like, you're a guy that does a lot of coding. How could I report a problem with the program?
Couple different things. So, like, if the program itself doesn't give you like a problem, you could go to your Windows logs, look at your event viewer in Windows, and it might have like a report as to what happened when it crashed that you could send them.
Okay, but that's haven't crashed since then. Knock on wood, it doesn't crash today. And apparently it happened to like Tim the Tap Man. They're one of the biggest streamers out there. He was having the same exact problem I was having a couple of days ago, where I was changing my scenes in my OBS. I changed my scenes so many times, just crash, and the entire thing. And if you're on YouTube, you can't just you know, pick up the stream from where you left off. No, you just straight up start a whole new VOD, a whole new stream with title and everything in order for it to go to stream again. Because like I told you before, the titles are exactly the same. It doesn't do that for YouTube. It's like once you end it, like that's the VOD itself, make a new one.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to do that.
I figured that shit out with like my print streams. So like, you know, I got my print stream set up the same way now where it'll stream to both YouTube and Twitch. And my Twitch may be still going strong just fine, but if YouTube flakes out, I have to stop everything, including Twitch, retitle it, title the YouTube to match it, and then start it all up again for it to start again.
Yeah, that's like a pain in the keister. And it is a big old pain. What am I talking about? I'm the one that does it too. So, okay. So let's just jump into the things right now. We are going to be playing Paladins this weekend for those who are interested in watching us play Paladins. But I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals lately, and a game's been sparking up to me a lot lately. And I know you don't play Overwatch, right? You don't play Overwatch. But
No.
Right now, like, the people were saying for the longest time that like ability shooter games are dead, right? They're dead. There's not many people wanting to play it. This industry is dead. There's not many people like wanting to make this game. And I had to say, even though this game is made by Tencent, which is a Chinese video game developer, China is knocking the video games out the park right now. Like, what happened here? Well, why is so many Chinese developers making all these great games, and a lot of people are really loving right now, but for some reason the American developers are struggling?
Oh, hold on. You just dropped on YouTube.
On YouTube? Seriously? Come on.
Yep. Wait, is sir? Yep. You dropped.
Okay, well, I'm trying to wait for it. Yeah, I see. It was not live no more. YouTube, what is going on? Of course, what is OBS going on? It's a better question. I probably should do it through. I wonder if I can. Let's try from here, and let's just. Where is YouTube?
Fees or something, but fees or something, but. I mean, it's back now over here on the channel, but
okay. Well, let me see.
I don't hear you at all anymore.
Well, let me see. There we go. I heard myself
anymore. Your audio's gone.
I just heard myself.
I can't hear nothing. Your audio's gone.
On the stream or for me and you? Like you can't hear me at all.
I can't hear you at all.
Okay, well,
I can't hear nothing.
Let that little problem. I don't know what happened there or what's going on there. Discord is not liking OBS. I gotcha. 1 second. I'm starting to think Windows 11 probably.
Can you still hear me? That's weird.
Probably not the best idea. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, there you are.
Okay, we get the best. I got the little. I see the little green lining. I don't know what that was about. With the green lining around it, that usually like tells me that the mic is being picked up in some regard. Anyways, maybe I just shut down my computer after this stream. Maybe I don't need a reset. Not doing enough for it. I don't know. I found malware on my computer the other day, and again, I don't do very much anything on my computer than to stream and play video games. I found malware on it. Of course, it said it was malware. Kind of removed, of course, right? But
yeah,
that's always lovely to know. Like, oh, you get malware. Yeah, how did I get that? Okay, so let's hope this keeps on working and hopefully it doesn't go wonky again. And I'm going to just close out a few things here, so maybe you can lighten the load a little bit here. So there we go. So, but yeah, what we were talking about, and a lot of the Tencent.
You was talking about China was knocking games out of the park right now.
Apparently I lost this connection again, and I don't know if I probably lost all the connection or just telling me that I don't know what happened. Give me a second. I'm trying to close out just some more things. I guess I don't know what to do. This is today's problem with OBS. Yesterday's problem was not today's problem.
I don't know. I told machine and start over with OBS.
Like I uninstalled it, but I know there's an actual way to the Windows has a actual remove program that you can actually use. Actually, make sure it gets all the information off of it, and then reinstalls it fresh on your drive. I just forget how you do that because I did it the other day. I had to remove a program that was not acting right. Yeah, it's saying bots or okay. Oh, I don't want to stop my stream, but I could say right now it's in the red right. It should not be in the red, but the problem is I cannot do a auto configuration while I'm streaming, which I think is stupid. OBS should have it where while you're streaming, if it needs to fix any of the settings, you should be able to fix the settings while you're streaming, not after you're streaming. Because when you're streaming, that's when all the processes really are kicking in, right? A lot of the things are actually activating. But you can't do that while you can't even mess with any of your settings while you're streaming. You can mess with a few like little odds and ends, but nothing actually help you.
Yeah, you went. You dropped again on YouTube.
Okay, let me see something here. Give me a second. Let me see if I could drop the video rate here. Maybe it can help out that. I don't know if that's actually helpful, but I'm gonna drop to 650 ply. But I don't think that's gonna help out because, like, again, it doesn't. The computer, this thing doesn't really do anything while I'm streaming. This is so dumb. I literally fixed this. Let's see. Medium. Let's do medium. I don't think anything's gonna change. I don't even know if I'm even back yet.
It looks like you might be back because I see something up, and it looks like we're live, but I'm not sure. I'm waiting to see if it shows me moving in my chair. That's why I'm rocking. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so yeah, I think we're back live. So.
Hey everybody, we can't have any control over what is happening, and I'm trying to pull up my so I can keep out myself, but unfortunately I cannot seem to. Why can't I see my own stream? Hello? Let me see my stream. God. Oh God. So why do you think a lot of Chinese game developers, I'm not even kidding, like, they used to be, Chinese games used to be like a bunch of copycats, a bunch of trash games, like not very good storytelling, like the games weren't very enjoyable to play. And I tried some of them before, but in the past year or so, every game that's coming out, and even like Genshin Impact, right? They're a Chinese-based game. And in the whole universe, like Xeno Zone Zero, like all them, and then all the copycats of their games, like all of them are good. What happened to American developers that were just?
I don't even think it's so much that it's American and Chinese. I think it's just that the Chinese finally got off their ass and realized if we'd stop copying other shit and actually do some legitimate from scratch development, we might get somewhere. And they have the talent pool right now, is what it is. Mm-hmm. It's like I if you look at it, it's like cycles. So like for the next 5 or 6 years, it might be all the China games or the ones that are just knocking it out of the fucking park. And then it may cycle over to Japan or it may cycle to fucking the US. Depends on where your talent pool is. Right now, the talent pool is sitting in China. I mean, not saying that you don't have good talent in the other locations, but there's a larger pool of talent in China right now, and they're taking full fucking advantage of it. And you can't blame them for it.
Mm-hmm. Now, like, remember, like I was saying earlier, that the game, a lot of people are saying the shooter ability arena, whatever you want to call it, is a dead game or a dead genre. Concord, right? That was the same kind of game. It was supposed to be a competitor to Overwatch. It was supposed to be just in the same group as Overwatch and Paladins. And people were going like, but that game died. That game, it dropped. And people were like, yeah, because the characters didn't look interesting. The combat wasn't that good. And you put a lot of stuff in the game that we wasn't really even asking for. And you blame it that, like, oh, that just this line of game is dead. Overwatch, same thing. Like, the game used to be the cream of the crop. It used to be like it was the most well-known game in this genre of games. Paladins was there, but it never had that same base, right? Or not player base, player count. And they're both in the same thing, and they both were doing decent for each other. Was the number one game in that field, but then they changing a bunch of things and started doing some things and putting things in the game, and people are like, okay, but then China's like, hey, we take Marvel, a very beloved, very well-known IP, and go, you know what? We'll just do that, but with Marvel. And it's blowing up. I mean, everybody, there's clips of it everywhere. Everybody's playing it. All the big streamers, all the the name brands, and their skins are good. The gameplay is solid. And also all the characters are broken. So like everybody feels good. Everybody feels strong. No one feels very much weak. So I'm like, okay, why is that? Like what? Why is everybody saying this genre is dead when obviously it's so alive right now? And it's doing great. But Overwatch just...
I think that's part of it too. It's about not... I think a lot of the things that people are having issues with these types of games are the fact that they feel like a character is nerfed for its skill set and it shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. It's like, take for instance, we'll say Paladins. I feel like Victor should do more damage than what he does for his skill set, but he doesn't. You got a guy with an assault rifle dropping aerial fucking bombs and shit, and I'm doing shitty damage, but a guy with a fucking revolver can blast my ass from the other side of the map, you know?
Yeah.
I think what it is when they did the Marvel, instead of having it like that, they're just like, fuck it, they're all supposed to be superheroes. They're supposed to be broken, so break them. Make them all what they're supposed to be. You know, make Hulk smash shit and actually smash shit. You know, make this Scarlet Witch go goodbye and people go goodbye. You know, make them do what they're supposed to do. Because then what it happens is it stops being about my character is the strongest and starts becoming, okay, yeah, any one of these characters could kill the hell out of you, but to do it, you've got to know how to play the character. So then it puts it back on the person controlling the character. It puts it back on their skill. Because if you can use Scarlet Witch, you'll wipe the map with every fucking body.
Oh yeah,
she's one of the most powerful fucking Marvel characters there is. She destroyed a fucking Infinity Stone. Mm-hmm. You know, at the same time, you can give that Scarlet Witch to someone that doesn't understand the abilities and shit, and they'll get owned all day. It stops being about what the character's capable of doing and starts becoming about what the player playing the character can do. Mm-hmm. And people are way more willing to take, okay, I got my ass kicked because I couldn't use her properly, versus I got my ass kicked because I was doing everything right and she just wasn't strong enough.
Yeah, I really do like the way it feels, and like I said, every character feels good. And the developers done said, like, hey, we will not nerf any characters. No characters will be nerfed. And I'm thinking, good. No characters should be nerfed. What they should if they're not the same quality of the other characters, they should be buffed to the same quality as everybody else.
What I will say to anybody playing that game, if you see a Phoenix show up on that fucking map and that person can actually use the Phoenix, go ahead and bend over and kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, they haven't added Jean Grey just yet.
Because the Phoenix and the Scarlet Witch are the two motherfuckers you don't want to make angry.
Yeah, they're the second generation or third generation of mutants, I think. I want to say they're third.
I mean, that's just fucking wild. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's crazy to think about it. We used to play a game when we were drinking and stuff, hanging out by the fire.
Yeah.
Where people that know a lot about comics, or in our case, if it was me and you playing the game, it would probably be more about manga or video games. We would throw out there, we'd do something like, okay, Hulk versus Deadpool. and then
Okay.
you would give your scenario who you think would win that fight. But the one thing no one ever wanted to do was anybody versus the Scarlet Witch or fucking the Phoenix, because what the fuck are you going to do with that? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Superman would have looked at that and said, "No, good. Y'all can have that right there."
Yeah, which always make me confused. Like, I know Superman can get to God levels, and he gets stronger depends on the sun or the sun he's in. But at the same time, I know that, like, always like the Superman versus Goku's thing. Like, Goku can destroy galaxies in like one attack, but yet Superman could beat Goku. So what's that say? So
it's one of those. It's a back and forth. I've had that very discussion with my eldest because he is a 100% Goku fan. He really, really is. And I try to explain to him, I was like, it's going to depend on the circumstances, but they're both going into the fight handicapped. Because neither one of them want to kill.
Yeah.
Neither one of them want to kill. Like, Goku's first instinct in any fight is to try to talk the shit out. He always does.
Fight, then talk.
Or try to talk while he's fighting,
Yeah.
Superman, he just wants to halt whatever the destruction is. He ain't trying to kill nobody. The only time Superman ever goes overboard and actually kills people is in a very specific comic where Lois gets murdered.
Yeah, by the Joker.
Listen to me clearly. Lois Lane is a pivotal character. If she dies, the universe as we know it ends. Because he no longer cares. Okay, so it's like I told Soren, I was like, it's real easy for you to say, okay, Goku can do this, Goku can do that. And in a normal fight where there is a Lois Lane and she's alive and kicking, Superman might lose. However, in that fight, if some destruction happens and she dies, Goku can bend over and kiss his ass goodbye. Because at that point, all justice, liberty, all that shit goes out the window. I mean, a movie that give you a perfect glimpse of that shit was if you watch Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League.
Yeah, I watched.
They allude to that shit a lot. Like, Batman has dreams in this fucking show where the world is desolated and torched and shit, and it's all because somebody fucking killed Lois, and he's like, all right, fuck this shit. I'm killing everybody. He kills the bad guys. He kills the good guys. He just like, fuck it. I'm going to kill everybody.
Yeah, I don't need you. I can do all this stuff by myself. But okay, so let's talk about this because I want to do a video on this, honestly. And if I get you in the video, even the better, because you have a little bit more knowledge than I do. Especially when it comes to comic books. Like I said, I've read some comic books when I was younger, but I'm not like steeped in it, right?
Right.
And there's this one comic book genre that I remember. This one girl having like these spikes on her back. I gotta remember, she had like a red eye. I think it wasn't like a Avengers or X-Men. It was just like this other group of people. I gotta find the name of it and see if they can maybe put those characters in the Marvel games, because I don't think anybody knows about it. But anyways, so what characters would you like to see in the Marvel rival games? And I was thinking, my first thought, like everybody's gonna think, Deadpool, everybody's gonna think the Juggernaut. I'm thinking like Nightcrawler or Beast or Mystique.
Oh, Nightcrawler was absolutely one of my favorites. Him and Mystique. I mean, how the fuck you catch smoke? Because that's what Nightcrawler essentially is. You go to grab him and he poofs from here to there. It's like, what the fuck do you do with that? And then you got Mystique, who can look like anyone.
Yeah,
at any time.
If they add Mystique in the game, right? She's like an assassin character. She can have like a gun right up something. I don't like it has, or knives, whatever. But like she does, whatever her abilities should be, she should be able to change into an enemy ally, right? Look like an enemy ally, and the enemy ally can differentiate from the good guy to bad guy gets a little thing above the head showing the red or blue, right? It should go from red to blue to them. But you, as a player, you still know that that's your ally can still blue for you. Should be going to the backline and go assassinate people that are in the backline, thinking, "Oh, they're your allies."
She would be what we would call a flank in Paladins.
Yes,
that's exactly what she would be. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if y'all have seen Mystique, but I don't know why she ever changes to look like anybody else. Because bitch, please.
I mean, and of course,
I'm down with blue. I'm down with blue gray, baby.
And of course, they're doing such a great job of keeping to the art style and look of the game. Or not the game, of the universe. The characters are very much steeped into the look. So you know Mystique's going around all blue, right? Nothing on.
You've been playing that, right?
Yes.
So have you been hit by the Iron Man Doom Ray yet?
Yes. A couple times.
That bitch flies up there and hits you with all 5 beams at one time.
Yeah.
And you're just like, really? Yeah, fuck you, Tony.
What do you
Fuck you, Tony?
Every time he does that, my eyes, or my brain just goes, Davis goes boom. Because that's all it does. It's just Davis goes boom. He just, Ray, and it's like, and then everybody just explodes. I'm like, dang it, that sucks. But the worst one is, I don't know if you know the shark named Jeff. This little guy has an ability. He can grab within a very large pool, make a pool, and eat everybody, the entire team, and then jump off the map with them and kill the entire team. You could be winning down to the last minutes. He'll go underground, shark his way over to you, do his ultimate, eat everybody, and then jump off the map and then win the game for your team. So handily. I'm like, that's so cheap. But it's like, again, everybody's broken. So no one's broken, right? That's the rule.
That's his exact skill, though. I mean, it's like saying if the Hulk does the Hulk clap in front of your entire team and you're at the edge and you all fall off, it's not his fault. That's literally one of his abilities. You fucked up and put yourself in the wrong place.
There's a lot of memes of people like playing Hulk, grabbing Jeff and then stomping him because he's the most hated character in the game for the eating thing. Like he's cute as can be. He's adorable. He even makes the daddy. I don't need the ground sound, and he has a little sing. Does the same music of the Marvel game. It's very cute, but like it's one of those things like it's so cute there are no.
Yep.
But what character would you want to see in the game yourself? And again, I know you haven't played it yourself, and let's try to kind of theorize on what character you think they'd be coming up with next. I think some people already are making some artwork of like characters they want to see in the game, like what's the not the Flash, but Silver
Surfer.
Yeah, no, not Silver Surfer. What's that? The guy's like Flash, but he's the Marvel version of it.
Oh, you're talking about what's his name? He was Wanda's brother.
Twin.
He was
brother.
Shit brain. Come on.
Yeah, it's the yeah. Like I said, I like people making artwork of these characters, and you look it up. But they're making artwork of these characters, the characters they want to see in the game, and they're doing it in the same art style as them, so it make it look very realistic. Like, oh, I can totally see that character in the game. And since they already have like the Marvel universe to go off of, they have endless characters to be putting in this game. I think it's gonna get ridiculous of having characters. Quicksilver, yeah.
Quicksilver.
I know it was Silver something. I'm like Silver something, Silver. Can't remember Silver something. But anyways, so yeah, who would you want to see in the game? And I'll tell you if I've already in there. Then you have to think of something else.
I'm thinking.
I do want the Beast though. I want Beast. I love Beast. Love me some Beast.
Let's see. Let me see if I can remember his name right.
Like again, I think I know and Juggernaut, but like that's like I don't want to be say overplayed. And I know they're very, 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 very popular characters right now, especially with the Deadpool movies and all that. And of course, the Juggernaut, line, the Juggernaut bitch, the whole line is still very popular. And I'm trying to think of odd end characters, and of course, the Phoenix would be great.
I would say I would want to see Hang on.
Can you imagine?
What's his
I thought
name?
about this earlier, though. Can you imagine Professor X running around in a wheelchair?
Dude, I'm not fucking with that. I'm not fucking. Anybody that can make everybody stop in time because he's controlling their mind,
Yeah.
that's not some shit you want to fuck with.
Like that's his ability. He runs in and stops everybody.
I think Thing would be good to have in there. I think the Fantastic Four in general would be great.
Yeah.
Because I think the Invisible Girl would be a great fucking flank.
Yeah.
Thing would be a hell of a tank. I would say Johnny Storm, who would be the Human Torch side of that. He would be a great
flyer,
damage dealer, and then you got Mr. Fantastic himself, Mr. Stretch. He would I think he would be a good flank too.
Isn't one of the powers that the Invisible Girl also a shield?
Yes, it's like a force field type of deal. Yes.
Yeah. So either she would be a flank or like a flank healer, something like that. Like, wave because like I said, every character is strong. Every character is strong. Even people that are healers can do a lot of DPS. So like there's no really like define, like they do define them, but every character could do a lot of damage. Some tank skill count and highest damage score in my team. So it's like it doesn't really matter what you are. You be that and then some. But yeah,
and then there's Dr. Doom would be great.
Yeah, I saw artwork for Dr. Doom. Someone wants Dr. Doom in there. I love how they put
I guarantee you, when the movie drops and Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom will be in that game. I will bet you money.
I'm gonna watch that movie so quickly. My main goal watching that movie is for them to tell me how is Iron Man, Rocket Dan Jr. and Dr. Doom, Rocket Jr. on the same universe. You better tell me this is a multi-universe bullshit because I'm not believing it.
No. I mean, they're two different people. They're two different characters and people.
It's the same actor.
Now, it's just the same actor. There's nothing to say the same actor can't play two different characters. I mean, hell, look at fucking Johnny Storm. He was fucking Johnny Storm before he was ever Captain America. They're the same fucking actor.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta tell me like there's a different universe or the same universe or there's some twins.
Now there's a twist out there saying that what happens is that they somehow get Tony back, but he's not back.
Oh, he's not back? Okay.
He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and goes all Dr. Doom.
Wow.
Whether that happens or not, that's a different thing. But that's a lot of people have it out there. That's kind of what they're thinking.
I'm thinking since he did a snap, he might have killed himself, but he was brought back some way, and now he's a different person with no memory of his past, and like now this is new.
What kind of makes sense is both Dr. Doom and Tony Stark were fucking scientists.
Yeah, both genius scientists and both can make mech suits. Because Dr. Doom was
well, Dr. Doom's wearing a suit not because he wants to. He can't take that off at all.
So
the cosmic rays that affected him actually turned his skin into metal.
So I'll that Surfer 2, right? But I'm really thinking that they have such a pull to grab on. How many years this game is, or not the game, how many years Marvel's been out, that this will always have like that new next out factor of like, oh my god, that character's now in the game, I gotta try that out. They released that one, oh, that character's gonna be busted. And it just feels like that where games like Paladin and Overwatch, they don't have that years of backstory and lore or characters as Marvel does, or even like as DC does. So they had the playbook. They have what they need already to make a game last for years. Now,
Yeah, they don't have to guess at what abilities anybody has or any of that shit, because that shit's already pinned out, baby. All you gotta do is put it in there.
So my thing is, at what point? Because this is like League of Legends. I'm pretty sure you probably know the phenomenon with League of Legends. When there's so many characters in one game, it's really hard to like balance that act out. But at the same time, it's also really hard to like. There's too many to choose from. It's just. The pool is too the pool is too grand. Characters get left in the dust, and some characters just end up falling to the wayside. How would you make hundreds of characters all feel like they're all viable at the same time? Even if they're all they're balanced right now, but later on, there's hundreds of them.
That's actually going to be very difficult. I think the way I would approach it was, as that happened, I would do breakoffs. So right now you have the overall game, right?
Yeah.
But I think what I would do is, as it starts coming more and more into its own, and there's more and more characters, and you don't want to leave anything behind, I would start breaking it out where it's you would have like an arena specifically for characters from the Fantastic Four, or arena specifically for characters from Hulk or from Spider-Man or from Captain America. Differentiate the arenas, and make it that's where you play those characters. That way you can choose what environment you want to be in, and that helps narrow down your character field, and then you're left with just the characters for that environment.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely see that. Or I'm thinking maybe at some point they start. I don't know. This will always be a thing. Because Bex and what's the word for it? I'm skipping out of here. Trying to keep everything balanced, keep everything in check, is eventually start going, okay, old characters, we're going to take them out the game, and then we're going to start working in the background to try to fix the imbalancedness, or let's say certain, I would say events or certain gameplays have a limited characters, and then those characters are only limited to that. And only that, and then everything else.
Right. That would be like saying you log in and you have a special event up for this month, and if you go to it, you get this character pool, but only that character pool for the event. It's kind of like what I was saying with the arenas. Like this week it's Fantastic Four, next week it's X-Men, then it's Spider-Man or whatever. But you can break it down like that and keep some overall characters for the main platform, but have special events rerun some of the characters for the limited times.
Yeah, and in games, you really got to do that in ranked games. There's a rank system in the game. You do that in ranked games, in my opinion. And of course, some people want role queues. I understand role queues in some games, but I like to going, hey, let's say the game with healing. Okay, well, go be a tank instead. I can be a tank. I can swap between anybody. Let's say, okay, the two healers, 2 DPS, and 3 or 2 tanks are not working today. Well, let's try to go down to 1 tank and let's try 3 healers. Maybe we can do a better job of 3 healing. I like that idea of being able to swap it. But in ranked games, there has to be some kind of control being brought in, because at some point, some things are just gonna break through, and this is just going to become someone's going to find a meta, and that's so hard to try to break and keep people from try to meta everything and try to figure out what's the most optimal way of winning a game, who's the most optimal chance of being successful at winning this map or that map, and then figuring out what characters you need to play on certain things. If you can kill that would be great. But in ranked games, you really got to take control of that, because tell me you have 100 characters in one video game, and tell me there's not going to be one character that stands above all of them, like Phoenix. If Phoenix she was actually in the game and had the same kind of power in the comic books and in the game, you just say game over, man, game over. Psychic, fire, godlike, yeah, that's going to be broken. And of course, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. Hulk have a healing factor.
Yes, Hulk had a healing factor. Yes.
Some reason in the game they don't give him a healing factor. All that he has is like a beam he can shoot in front of him, which I don't remember this, but he can shoot like a gamma beam at you and it can freeze you for a couple seconds unless he hits you. He has to clap, right? With the clap that he does in front of him. And he has the Hulk out where he gets like bigger, stronger, faster, snap people's on the ground. And he can heal from that. But like normally Hulk has a heal over time, kind of like Deadpool. But yet for some reason he don't have that. And also Wolverine doesn't have that. I'm like, that's his bread and butter. Like Wolverine.
That's why Wolverine is who he is.
Yeah, like he's like if of course if he does have it, it's so weak that it doesn't feel like anything. But he's still pretty good. He's pretty fun. I try to get good on him. I don't have the skills. he gets angrier, and then his hair starts going all spiky, and he slashes faster. He jumps at you, leaps on you. If he leaps on you, he can like fling you away with him. Like you know, like you ever seen Wolverine jump in movies? He jumps with claws out and like spikes people, and like they keep going flying back, and he flies back with them. And he can what is his other abilities? I know he can slash really fast. I know you can get angrier and get more hit harder, swing fast. You can jump at people. Supposed another ability. I just can't remember, but I wasn't very good with them. Right now, my person is in the game is Moon Knight. I love me some Moon Knight. Love the at the TV series as well. TV series was but he has that his Ankh, and he puts the Ankh down, and it bounces the damage to everybody that's around it. And if you hit somebody and they're near somebody, it bounces between them too. So I'm like, big numbers, love it. Of course, Iron Man. But you're gonna see more characters in the game, and I think this game happening. I don't think arena shooter ability things is dead at all, and I think this is proving that. And I don't think game developers are like, oh, this stuff is dead because our game just died. They need to look inward, going, okay, we're wrong. What did we do that made it such a bad game? I know you didn't play Concord, and I know you didn't probably look into it deep in Concord, but I can name a couple reasons they didn't succeed. But that's just my opinion, right? My opinion doesn't dictate the market of opinions. Right.
So to me, I feel like there's actually two different markets for first-person shooters.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the market where Paladins, Overwatch, Marvel, all of that falls in, where it's a PvP. And then there's the market for non-PvP, for like Halo and Destiny and shit like that. I think some of the problems that we've run into, if people are generating these games, but they're putting their game in the wrong format. If that makes sense. So for example, I think honestly, some of the games that are first-person shooter PvPs that have failed, if they had not made them PvPs but made them more open world together adventure, then they would have succeeded. And on the same side, I think some of the ones they made to be open world adventure would have succeeded more if it had been PvP. I think they're not testing their characters well enough to know what environment will make the game successful. So, like, for example, for me, I don't want to do Gears of War or Halo in a PvP match. Yeah, I don't. So if I get a game and I start playing it and it's like that, but PvP, I'm instantly lost. I don't want to do it because I'm used to those types of characters being, all right, everybody form up and you're rolling through a game, not versus other people. At the same time, I don't very much like doing PvP inside of Destiny or some of those others, because I don't feel like that's what those characters were designed for. So I think there's a place, like, I would not take Paladins and put it in like an open world adventure environment. It's not, they're not designed for that. However, saying that, as the games get older and people start losing interest in some of the games like Overwatch and stuff, it might not would hurt for some of the stuff for Overwatch to transition into more of a group effort versus the computer in a like a story versus other characters.
Yeah,
you know, you might could revitalize what you've got if you just change tactics a little.
So yeah, you hit the nail on the head on this one, because let me tell you, a little here, Overwatch 2 was predicated, promise to the player base that they were going to start doing story-driven campaigns with your beloved characters in the story that they were working on and they were developing, and they cut it because they thought that it was pulling too much resources from the PvP aspect of the game. And because they a lot of people quit, like people got a lot of people got angry and left the game because of that, because they bought into it. They literally paid for Overwatch 2 so they could play those things, and they took it away from them. And they were supposed to have, like, you know, and there's this thing like you can kind of like a roguelike where you can try and choose your abilities, like you can change your abilities or do different abilities to suit your play style better for the things. Took that away. People like, I like the idea of that. I want to be able to, like, hey, this isn't working. Next time I do this, I'm gonna try this ability instead for me. See if that works better for me. But no, they got rid of that as well. And then for Paladins, I don't know if you remember this or not. Paladins should do a Fortnite game with all the abilities and weapons from Paladins. Like, yeah, your own character, right? But like they had all the abilities and weapons for Paladins in this Fortnite-like game, and that game flopped. Like, they tried to pull that out. Now for Halo, they have the campaign, right? But then they also have the arena shooter. I'm going, okay, well, you did those two things. What would have happened if they would have turned to a Fortnite game? A lot of people don't like, you know, the whole Fortnite world, you know, shooting things, but like, very popular. I would have tried it out, at least, right? See how I felt for it. But it had all the things already there, already available to you. Finding weapons, like in the old school maps, you find weapons in different areas.
It's like with Destiny. Destiny was largely geared. You got a fire team together. You went through a storyline. You know, you was shooting, and it's first-person shooter, but you did a storyline. Now there was PvP things in there. There was you could do different tournaments and stuff like that. You know, fire team versus fire team. The way they did it, though, was that they were their own things.
Yeah.
Okay, you could get stuff from either or, but they were their own things. So you had people that loved Destiny strictly from being able to go in and do the PvP, but then you had people that loved Destiny because they got their fire team together and they went out and wrecked an entire mob together, you know?
Yeah.
So I think like I said, I think the problem is that they don't always test when they develop a character whether the character would be good for PvP or be good for an actual storyline. They don't always test it, and they put it out there, and then it flops because while it sucked for PvP, it'd have been great for a storyline or vice versa.
Yeah.
I think they just don't spend enough time testing their development of the characters.
Yeah, what happened to like developers
being I lost your volume.
Again?
I can't hear you.
Give me a second. I don't know what's going on with Discord. They can hear me though. Okay, where is Discord? Discord, what happened to Discord? Hello? Where's my... my Discord closed out on me for some reason, but I still have this thing pulled up with record, but Discord literally is not open on mine. I'll be right back. 1 minute. Okay, I don't know what happened there. There it goes. Okay, some reason, like, don't know what happened there. Some reason just. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I literally did nothing. I literally just closed the call and reopened it, and then there he goes. Anyways, and of course all the cameras are messed up. What happened there? I don't know. Okay, well, oh, because it's on the wrong one. That's why. Okay, this on the wrong one. There we go. I gotta fix that, and I gotta fix this now. All right, so what happened to like QA like testers for video game developers, like people that actually used to test out video games?
Well,
and like
now they know they don't do that like they used to. You know, used to be they sent the games advanced copies out to people at home that qualified as their testers, and they had them tested. They don't do that shit anymore. Not really.
Used to be like a
legitimate job. Now what they do is they have what they call in-house quality assurance people.
Yeah.
But the problem with doing in-house is those people aren't always honest because they want to keep their fucking job.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, you didn't pay those people. You just told them, hey, we're going to send you the fucking game. You get first crack at it. They're all excited because they get first crack at it. And they would tell you legitimately, hey, this shit was broken right here.
Yeah.
You know?
And they were legitimate players. Shit.
They were legitimate players. They were not someone that had, they weren't invested in the game's development. Okay? And that's your biggest problem. Yeah, there's your problem because, like, you know as well as I do, anybody that's invested in the development of anything, they want to guard it. It's like their child. Nothing can be wrong with it. It has to be right, blah, 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 blah. So they may overlook some shit. Whereas people that are not invested in it and are just playing it just to be playing it, they'll tell you straight up, this shit's fucked up. It's broken, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think when they went to more in-house quality testing versus people outside, they stopped getting what I would call real data that hasn't been influenced by emotional attachment to said game.
Yeah. And of course, like I said, they're real players. Real players get real feedback. They give you the honest opinions, and they would have been like, hey, this is nice, but I would have liked to, like, for the Halo thing, I would like to see a battle arena shooter. That's what I want to see. Can you make that? Just make a demo of it and see how we can go from there. See if it, give us some play, see how you feel about it. That's not very well. Get very good. We get rid of it. Just get rid of it.
I forgot to turn on.
But then see,
but yeah,
we will be playing Paladins tonight if D&D does not go through. So I'm telling that to D-Gref. We will be playing it either today or tomorrow. Depends on how things turn out tonight, because tonight's usually D&D night, but it might not be going on if we can't get a fourth member to show up tonight. So we'll just play by ear. But okay, so yeah, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities, and no genre is truly dead unless you just make a poor game. Hey, you stop that, mister. Right? Unless you just make a poor game, then no one can blame you but yourself, right?
You know, another part of that too is just people being haters in general. You know, some people don't like certain things.
Yeah.
You know, they just don't. And because they don't like it, they don't want you to like it. They don't want anybody to like it. They think it shouldn't be there. You shouldn't play it, you know, is all it is. And I legitimately think we've gotten to a point where everybody wants to follow what the other one said.
Yeah. Hate's a new trend.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, if it's trendy, everybody wants to do it. It's the cool thing to do. Hate. Yeah, be hateful. Fucking little.
I know, right?
God.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. People are going to be the way they're going to be, and there's nothing neither you nor I can do about it. The only thing I can say is, if you're saying you hate something just because somebody else said they hated it, you're a dumbass.
Cool. You're not cool. Sorry.
You're not cool. You're dumb. You're being stupid because you're allowing someone else to think for you.
Of course, some youngsters about like, oh, what are these unks? No, unks means that. Have you ever heard that? By the way, you ever hear somebody call you an unk? They're just pretty much calling you old or an uncle. That's pretty much what they're saying.
Here, let me tell you, for all you people that think I'm an unk, guess what? I'm old. Go fuck yourself, okay? I don't care.
Just because I'm old doesn't mean I'm not right.
I've been doing this shit for a long time. I've been playing games for a long time. I've been reading comics for a long time. I can't even tell you the number of TV shows and movies that I've watched, and I work with technology every day. So, for whatever it's worth, don't follow the other crowd. Think for your fucking self. There's a brain in your head. Turn that shit on. Stop following everybody else and
your own
listening to
synopsis.
everybody else.
Yeah,
the greatest fucking piece of technology on the planet is literally sitting in your fucking head. Use it. Use that shit.
Okay,
it's a real thing.
Last little minute thing here. I got the pleasure or displeasure the other day to try Dauntless again, as I said before, and I was disappointed because remember like when I was playing Dauntless, they had a couple skins in the game. Throw a couple bucks here and there, you'd be able to buy a few things in the game. There's a $70 skin in the game now, and it's all cosmetic. And you can buy weapons now. You can't create them. You can buy them now. You don't make weapons no more. They took all the weapons out the game.
What the fuck is?
Gave you some credits that you go and buy.
What are we killing them for then now?
Yeah. These armor's still there, but all the armors had the same stats at the very beginning. Isn't it great? Because like a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, they were saying on X said, "Hey, we're doing Dauntless Awakening. We're like all your old players come back. We got some exciting things for you." I came back. I found out real quick what they were doing in the game, and they released a what I call an apology note, saying what you're hearing, and they also released it in Steam. The reviews, you can look this up yourself. The reviews, it says overwhelmingly negative. 90 to 97% of reviews are negative. And they're going, oh, this is what we're hearing. We'll do better. We'll make some changes. I'm like, and I named it the video, if anybody wants to watch it. Greed has a price. And I think they found that the price was I don't understand it. Like I wanted to give a game a shot. I wanted to play the game again. I like the gameplay. I like hunting. I like gathering. I like making stuff. That was my thing. All my viewers that I had during that time, highest viewer count, gone because of that game, because I could not stick with it. And then I gotta do all that stuff, and I come back going, I'm hopeful. Oh shit. And now I can't even play the game. And of course, they're not going to do it into the next patch. They're going to give people a bunch of credits and items and a bunch of things like, oh, we're sorry. It's like, that's nice. But can you do me a bigger favor and get rid of, I don't know, am I still here?
Yeah, you're frozen, but you're here. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
It's nice here to give me all these nice credits. It's doing it again. But problem is the underlining problem is still there, right? You're like, hey, here's nice shiny stuff. Don't look, they were still back here. Don't look. We're not back here no more. No. Like the problem is still there. The cash shop, the overabundant of greed, the overabundant of that kind of mentality where you have to get the most money out of your player base and then put everything behind a paywall or a time gate, a big time gate, man. Remember, like, you used to be able to hunt a monster and you used to get the item and the monster, like, after, like, maybe 2 hunts, maybe 3 hunts at most. I watched a video where somebody hunted monsters, like 40 of them or so, for a whole hour, didn't get one of the item they needed to upgrade their gear. Could you imagine doing that for an hour and not getting one of the things? I would
be so pissed off. I'd be so mad.
It's like
I'd be mad as fuck.
you're like, that's not time gating at all. No, that's not time gating at all. But you take a shit ton of edit materials that you already earned and got. I'm talking about hundreds, if not thousands, to maybe make one of that item. It's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, I made those videos, and I was like, I really want to. I want Dauntless to come back. Like I said, I like Paladins. I like Dauntless. These games are not very highly popular. They're not highly viewed. They're not. I barely get much anything on them. But I still enjoy the games. I still can be really good at them too. But if the developers don't want to put time and effort behind the game and really like try to bring it to the new generation, because all these other games are free to play. I mean, man, how many games are free to play in the past 5 years? And they're all buying for my attention. They're all wanting my attention, and they got it because they are doing development on these games and giving me good value per my money that I'm willingly giving them, and wanting to give them. But you tell me some skin in the game is $70 and it's just some cosmetic, and honestly, I'd rather be that. But
You want me to tell you what you want me to tell you what really hurts that is honestly games like fucking Minecraft and shit where you can buy all those skins.
Yeah.
And shit that started a trend, and like
Fortnite.
I literally heard a girl the other day say that her son, all he wanted for Christmas was money in his account to be able to buy skins.
I would rather
it's not about his skill. He just wants to look cool as shit.
Yeah. Like it's not like I would rather, if you have to have like somebody buy something for you, I would rather pay for DLC, admittedly, more stuff for in the game, but I'd rather buy skins than pay to win items.
Real quick before we end, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna make you chuckle a little bit.
Okay.
So my eldest child has decided that he is going to attempt playing Final Fantasy VII.
The remake?
He has never. No, the
Classics.
original. Yes, but it gets better. He's never played a game like this before.
Stories, yeah.
He's never had all the story. He's never had to strategically think about who should attack when and what skill to use. I found this. You're gonna love this. I found this shit digital download for my PS4 for $6 in the PSN store.
Okay, not bad.
Bought it, I installed it, and I told him, I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, son. This game is not gonna be like all the other games that you've been blowing through, because he blew through his fucking Dragon Ball Z games, his Hogwarts Legacy games. I mean, he just wore that shit out. I said, this game will not just test how strong your characters are, but it's gonna test you, how well you can play. This takes fucking skill, because okay, you click a button and they do the ability, but you've got to figure out which ability to use, when to use it, what chain of abilities to use to get the desired effect. I said, this is all going to be up here.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of fun.
And
I told him, I said, I'm going to get the popcorn out, and I'm going to get me a 6-pack, and I'm going to watch that shit like a fucking matinee.
And it's not like a modern day game where everything's, lit up with a big old neon light going, hey, it's here, click this, do that, red, go this direction, go that direction. No. Everything you have to learn which order to do it in and where to go. Yeah. Even if it's like it's on rails, it feels like it's on rails, but you don't know where you're going. You're like, I'm just gonna go.
You had to talk to people. Had to talk to people in the game and decipher the shit they're telling you to figure out what the fuck you're doing. Yeah. So he's taking on that challenge over the holidays, and I'm telling you, I'm here for it. It's gonna be funny as shit.
I've told the story before, but I still remember my deep remembrance of Final Fantasy VII. When you're like the very beginning of the game, when you're trying to go through the underground, like a sewage area, whatever you want to call it, to get to the boss, I got lost there. And then just to figure out how to equip my summons took me forever. I didn't know you had to equip them.
That's another thing. That's another thing. Not only does he has to figure out how to equip summons, he's got to figure out where he wants to equip them and what too, because they give you different. But you look at you laughing because you know what I'm talking about. This shit ain't. Listen. There's a reason why there is a gray notebook over here to my left. Because, son, and I told him, and he's like, I'm gonna do it, Dad. I can do it. I'm like, I know you can do it. It's whether you're gonna want to continue to do it. And I said, just an FYI, I played the Seth Roth fucking song. I said, when you hear this, you go ahead and understand that the feeling that you feel, every person that's played this game feels it. Hell, there's people now that if you play that song and they're not even playing the game, they start looking around like, oh shit. Oh.
Yeah, that's the sound you don't want to hear. It can ruin your whole night, really, if you have to go. Yeah, anyway, so thank you for joining here. We will be playing either D&D or Paladins after this stream. I'm gonna make me some pizza, wait for my wife to get home. I hope this, whatever's going on right now, will stop. I don't know if it will, but I'll do some testing. So, as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye. Keep watching the Better the Mangas. Bye, 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 bye.